Assalamu alaikum kids. So today we are going to do prefixes. Now prefixes is basically a prerequisite to both your O and A levels physics. So it's a very important topic. Let's move on. You have standard form, which was a method that scientists used to write very large or very small numbers conveniently. Now we are adding to the convenience. All right. So now what are we saying? That okay, I used to write it in the standard form representing numbers as 10 raised power something. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to even represent that power of 10 as a symbol. What do I mean? This table right here in front of you shows that okay, if you have 10 raised power 12, you can just write it as the symbol capital T. You have 10 raised power 6, you can just write it as the symbol M. All right, so basically instead of writing powers of 10, I'm gonna write a symbol before the unit. So let's say, for example, if I have something like 10 into 10 raised power, sorry, if I write 10, it's gonna be confusing. So let's erase that. So let's say, for example, if I have 9 times 10 raised power 6 joules. Now, what's 10 raised power 6? 10 raised power 6 is mega. All right, so I'm just going to write this as 9. I'm not going to write the power of 10. What am I going to write? I'm going to write mega joules. All right, now the reason why it's called a prefix, pre means that you're going to write it before your unit. So I'm going to write the capital M before my unit, telling me that, okay, it's mega means 10 raised power 6. Let's say, for example, if I have 3.7 into 10 raised power minus 9 meters. So this is 3.7 times 10 raised power minus 9 meters. Now 10 raised power minus 9 can be written as nano, which is the symbol small n. So what am I going to do? Very simple. I'm going to say that this right here is 3.7 into 10 raised power. Sorry, I'm not going to write the 10 raised power now. So I'm saying that this right here is nanometers. And the nano automatically means that it's 10 raised power minus 9. Okay, so basically it's convenience upon convenience. First, you represented very large, very small values in powers of 10, and now you're replacing those powers of 10 with symbols. So again, even though it seems like a lot of work because you now have to remember what certain prefixes mean, but in the long run, you'll realize that it's a lot more convenient to remember these symbols. All right. Now, what are the symbols? Tera is capital T, giga is capital G, mega is capital M, kilo is small k. Why? Because the capital K is taken up by the unit Kelvin. All right, then you have 7 centi, which is small n. You have milli, which is small m. You have micro. All right, now the small m is taken up by milli, so you cannot use the small n again for micro. So instead, we are going to use this Greek letter mu. All right. Then we have this nano, which is small n. We have pico, which is small p. Now, if you're in your O levels, just remembering from giga to nano is fine. But if you're in your A levels, then you have to remember all of them. All right. So I hope that made sense to everyone. All right, now let's take a look at some examples of how to convert numbers with prefixes to standard form or vice versa. So the first one is 1 millimeter. Now 1 millimeter in numerical digits is what? In standard form, of course, it's going to be just 1 into 10 raised power minus 3. So it's 1 into 10 raised power minus 3. In decimal values, it's going to be what? It's going to be 1. And then because it's a 10 raised power minus 3, I'm gonna move it to the left. All right, so 0.001 meters. All right, and then of course in standard form, it's just going to be 1 into 10 raised power minus 3. It's following all the rules for your standard form, where you have to have one decimal place, and it's supposed to be one unit digit, and it's supposed to be a non-zero unit digit. So we have 1. All right, so that's fine. Now, next is 25 kilograms. Now, 25 kilograms, if let's say, for example, I want to convert this to grams. So, kilo is 10 raised power 3. All right, so I have 25 into 10 raised power 3. Again, trying to convert this to a decimal value is going to be what? It's going to be 10 raised power 3. So, I'm going to add 3 zeros. So, it's going to be 25 followed by 3 So 25,000 grams. If I want to convert this to standard form, I have two digits to the left of decimal place. I have 1 and 2. All right, now I need only 1. So I'm going to move the decimal place 1 to the left. And again, we discussed that in the previous video. When you move 1 to the left, you're going to add the power. So you do 2.5 into 10 raised power 3. And then I add 1. So your answer is going to be 2.5 times 10 raised power 4. All right. So I hope that this is making sense. Then you have 0.37 megajoules. And again, 0.37 megajoules. Mega is 10 raised power 6. So this is going to be 10 raised power 6. I want to convert this to a decimal value. I'm going to move the decimal place 6 units to the right. So it's going to be 3, 7, and then 4 zeros. So 370,000 joules, which is what we have over here. But if I want to convert this to standard form, I'm just going to move 1 decimal place to the left. Why? Because again, you need 3.7 is acceptable, 0.37 is not. So 3.7, and moving to the left, I decrease a power of 10. So it's going to be raised power 5. So 6 minus 1, moving 1 decimal place to the right, I subtract a power 1, and I'm going to get 3.7 times 10 raised power 5. All right. The next we have is 75 microseconds. We discussed that this mu right here represents micro, which is 75 into 10 raised power minus 6. I want to convert this to what? I want to convert this to decimal values. So this right here is going to be 75 into 10 raised power minus 6. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I don't have space, so I'm going to just erase this. So I have 75, and then I'm going to move 6 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this right here becomes 0.4 zeros, and then 75, which we have over here. I want to convert this to a standard form. So I have 75 into 10 raised power minus 6. I want to convert this to standard form. So I'm going to move the decimal place 1 unit to the left. And moving to the left, I'm going to add 1, or the number of decimal places that I moved. So this right here is going to be 7.5 into 10 raised power minus 5. All right, so I hope that this right here is clear to everyone. Again, very important to be able to do all of this, converting from standard to numbers, numbers to a standard form, and then standard form to symbols, all right, to your prefixes. Now this right here is it for this video. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next part of this video. Bars out.